Hello and welcome to Core Best Sew Knitty, a knitting podcast where I get to talk to you about all of my knitting adventures, sometimes my sewing and quilting, sometimes crochet, and anything crafting. So I am excited that you're here. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for continuing to support me and join me on this journey of my YouTube world where I get to share my exciting crafts with you. And if you are a first time viewer to my channel, welcome. Come on in. Yeah, come on in. We got plenty of room. Stay a while and visit. And for my returning viewers and my first time viewers, give me a like below because it makes me smile. And I love that. And if you're feeling even more generous and you really want to just make the smile beyond giddy, give me a subscribe. Then that way you won't miss out on any of the shorts that I do or any of the future podcasts that I do. You'll get that notification right on where you can see it. So now that we got all the housekeeping stuff out of the way, we're going to get into what we have today. I have some knitting, finished objects, socks, and socks. And I have a beanie that we're going to talk about. I also have some finished object crochet items that my husband made. And I have purchased a journal. I had some struggling with that, so we're going to explain that why later. And I believe that is all. Oh, and I also have an acquisition that I'm going to show and talk about that I'm really excited about. So if this is something that you're into and you're excited and you want to see all my knitting and crochet things, stay with me. Today is Sunday. It is the evening, so I don't know how the lighting's going to be. I usually use some of the natural lighting for the window. Today we got a bunch of light in here. We're going to see how it goes. So I am from a little town called Chandler, Indiana. It is in southwestern Indiana, which is part of the United States. And again, it's one of those blink of the year eye towns. We have one stoplight and a Subway, and that's literally, and a Dollar General store. And that's it. So not a whole lot going on in Chandler, Indiana, but that's okay. Small town, and I love the vibes of a small town. Nothing wrong with the big towns because I love them as well. Just my vibe is the small towns. So today is very chilly, and it is going to be even more chilly tomorrow and very windy. So we are finally within season of southwestern Indiana weather where it's typically in the 20s and 30s for January. So I'm excited about that. I'm hoping it will stay that way. I honestly am not really a person who likes to code as much, but I'm excited that it's going to just stay cold because we have had so much of our summer, or summer that keeps giving, because our winter has been up in the 50s and 60s. On Christmas, I think it was 60 degrees, which was crazy for southwestern Indiana. So let's get into my finished objects. As I stated, I have a beanie that I want to show you. I love this beanie. I made this for my son, who you're going to see a really quick video because he agreed to come on my podcast and be my first special guest. So his name is John. He's 19 and he is home for college. So I'm glad that John got to be home this weekend. Hello, this is my first finished object of 2025. This is a beanie that I made for my son, who agreed to join me today to demonstrate his lovely beanie, as he's shaking his head no, but he sits here and smiles as he's doing it. This is my first beanie that I made for 2025. It is Lion Brand yarn. It's Medallia, and the colorway is Centaur. And I took the yarn and I doubled it up to make a worsted weight from a DK weight yarn. And we made what is called Dylan's hat on Ravelry. And I will have the link or the information for this hat online below. And I'm excited to have my first guest on my very own Core Best Sew Knitty podcast. So thank you, John, for joining us. Do you want to say anything to the audience?
Not really.
All right. Thank you, and I will show some more finished objects here in a little bit. The beanie that I worked on for him. This is the first project that I got finished in 2025, and it is called Dylan's Beanie, and it is by Woolly Wormhead, and it is a free pattern on Ravelry. So I hope you'll check it out. I use size 7 US circular needles, 12 inches, and for those that are not in the US, that would be a 4.5 millimeter. The yarn I used was Lion brand Medallia, colorway called Centaur, and it was 150 grams, and I used about half of this, so I could definitely get a second skein. So with this yarn, it was actually DK yarn, and I held it together double, where I took one end, actually split the skein and did 2 cakes whenever I was caking it up. So I used one end of one side and one end of the other to get this really pretty marled effect, and I love it. I love it. My son says it's nice and warm, and it is an acrylic yarn. I will say my least favorite thing, even though I love this hat, I really do. There is nothing that I don't like about it. I would change one thing though, even though my son says it's not too baggy on him. He wants something really big where it's not tight. So the suggestion for this was to do an elastic bind off. It's definitely elastic, and it bounded off with a little swoosh, as you can see. So I looked online at some of the other pictures, and apparently that is the way it was supposed to turn out, because so many others turned out that way. And then I was watching on Fruitful Hands podcast, Diane, where she did a sweater with an elastic bind off, and hers did the same thing, it swooshed. So I really thought maybe I had done something wrong, and maybe my tension was just way too loose whenever I was loosening it off. So if you see that elastic bind off, just be aware it is going to do a little swooshing. So if you don't want that swoosh, then you would definitely want to do a different type of bind off. But I love this pattern, and excited that we got to make it, and I'm excited that my son liked it. So that is my first finished object of 2026. You know, I may have said 2025. If I did, I am so sorry. 2026. My next finished object that I have gotten done is I have 2 new friends through my podcast, and they are very young friends, and their names are Jack and Charlie. And I was told that they really, really loved my socks, and they wanted to know if I would make them a pair of socks. And their grandmother, who I do know through my quilting guild, had kind of said, you know, that's not really how it works. But she did tell me the story because she thought it was really cute. So, surprise, Charlie. Ah, look at this. Yes, Charlie, this is for you. This is a colorway. I will tell you, I do not know the colorway of this sock colorway pattern. This part here, I don't know that colorway name. It didn't have a ball band. It was an estate sale yarn that I picked up. And I don't, the yarn, you see all the speckling in it. It's beautiful. And then the yellow that I used for the heel, or the cuff, heel, and toe is Spud and Chloe fine sock, and it was called Bumblebee. So I was really excited. It matched perfectly with this colorway. And Charlie's grandmother told me that his favorite color is yellow, and that he wanted something that he just loves colors in general. So tell me what you think in the comments below. Did I nail it? Did I not nail it? I think I did. And then here is the other sock. So they are done, and they are ready to go to their new home. And I really hope that, Charlie, that you really like these, because I love this colorway, and I'm so jealous because I am probably going to make me a pair. I don't know if I'll use the yellow, but I have about 60 grams left of this 100 gram skein. And yeah, I'm definitely making me a collar. So we're going to be twins. And then for Charlie's brother, Jack, who's younger, he loves rainbows. So I had this rainbow colorway, this patent Croy sock yarn, and it's called Clover. And I think a lot of people see it, and it tends to be a colorway where it runs greens and oranges. I don't know if it was a mistake on the ball band for this one or not, but it does definitely say Clover. But it is rainbow yarn, and I wanted to get them done. I am almost done with my second, but I'm sorry, I wanted to get them done for the podcast today. So I worked on them, which is why I didn't do my podcast earlier in the day where I had the natural lighting. But look at this. I totally am in love with this sock. It is just gorgeous with the rainbow colors. So again, the body colorway is patent Croy sock yarn called Clover. And then the heel, the cuff, and the toe is called Flax by Patent Croy as well. So I don't think I said for Charlie's socks, so I'll go back to those in a second. So first, Jack's, I did 48 stitches, did a 2x1 ribbing, and then a Shadow Hill wrap, and then my basic recipe for my toe decreases where I do the 4, 3, 2, 1 decrease. And I have talked about that before in previous podcasts, so if you'd like to know about that, check out the previous podcast or reach out to me and I'll be happy to share that again. So this is this one. I have not quite gotten done with the second sock, but I will have them done today. All I got to do is the toe, so I will definitely be done. I really like these. So I hope you like them too. And then let me get back to Charlie's socks. So Charlie's, I did 54 stitches, same 2x1 ribbing, Shadow Hill wrap, and then my 4, 3, 2, 1 toe decrease. So yeah, so Charlie and Jack, I really hope that you will enjoy your socks. It was a pleasure to make them for you, and I hope that I get a picture of you guys wearing them. That would really make me smile to see that. So that is all my finished objects that I have. I have some finished objects that my husband got done recently. He has been crocheting, as you all know. He does know how to crochet. So he decided he is going to work on some scrubbies. So here is one of his scrubbies that he did. Still haven't been able to talk him into coming on the podcast. Maybe next time he'll come on and show his items. So this is the second scrubby. And then here is, if you guys remember the Grinch that I said was a Grinch colorway, he got the washcloth done. I love it. I just think it's beautiful. Those colors, I really do think it's Grinch. And then he made a matching scrubby because he had enough left. So very cool. And then here is the next one that he did. I love these colors too. Y'all, you guys know bright colors are my jam for sure. So this is the other washcloth that he made, and then the scrubby that he made. So we do got to weave in the ends of them, but other than that, they're finished. So very cool that he got to get these done, and I hope you enjoy those. I don't have any crochet objects that I've completed, but I did want to show those because I'm very proud of what he does, and I think he should be proud as well. So my next thing that I want to talk to you about is, as you guys remember, for my finished objects, I was working on this Sophie scarf, the small one, and I started it out with this as the colorway, and I have decided to scrap this one. I'm not feeling it, and if my knitting's not bringing me joy, or anybody's knitting, if it's not bringing you joy, don't ever feel guilty for scrapping or frogging a project. So this one's getting frogged, and it's not because of the colors or anything. I think it's just the weight of the yarn just isn't right for this pattern for my taste. So I dug in my stash, and I found some other colors that I like even better, and I think that they're going to go really well. And you guys will probably recognize the colorway. I still have about 40 grams left of this yarn. It is a mess of this yarn. It is the Heritage Cascade Prints, and it was what I used in the last sock that I showed you for my brother-in-law for the heel, toe, and cuff. So I'm going to use this because it'll be even more perfect because it's going to his wife for the Sophie scarf. And then I have the white, just a basic white, with my hair in it apparently, the basic white fingering weight yarn. So we're going to put these together and do some kind of Sophie scarf with it. So stay tuned for that in future podcasts. My other WIP that I have been working on, which is the only other thing that I have touched since we've done the last podcast, is I am still working on my needle fingers yarn. And this was, if you remember, the colorway was Have Yourself a Little Martian Christmas. And Needle Fingers is a yarn. She's a local indie dyer for sock weight. I think she does other yarns, but she does a lot of self-striping. And as far as I know, the only place that you can get this yarn for Needles Fingers is at Little House of Yarn in Princeton, Indiana. So I will link her below as well if you are interested in this or any other colorways, because they're beautiful. But this is what I have gotten done, and the colors, it just amazes me, the colors, when I see this. So I am going to do a teal. This is the colorway that I got. This is Yarn Smith's Merino sock yarn. I'll show you the, see if I can get it to not blow out on us here. Merino sock yarn, and it is, again, Yarn Smith, which is from Wool Warehouse. And this colorway is, it doesn't give the name on it, but I wrote it on there, so I tried to write all of them. This one is called Spearmint, and it's beautiful. I think it's going to be perfect with this color. What do you guys think? Tell me below. I think that's going to look great. So one of my goals for this year, and the reason why I'm showing you this, is one of my goals for this year is I want to learn to do some new heels on my socks. I love making socks, and somebody had asked me recently what my favorite heel is, and I told them the Shadow Heel Wrap by Denise DeSantos of Earth Home Girls, which it is. I mean, ever since I learned how to make that heel probably a year ago, that is my go-to heel. It's the only one that I use. But prior to that, I used the heel flap gusset from Crazy Sock Lady, which I still like. I don't dislike it. I just haven't returned back to it. Those are the only two heels I've ever made. So I got to thinking, you know, it's kind of silly for me to say that's my favorite heel when I haven't made that many. So my goal for 2026 is to learn to do some different heels and to really pinpoint down what my favorite heel is. And I have a feeling I'm going to come up with different heels for different sock projects, and that's okay, because I would love to have that in the back of my head too, to know that, oh, I can do this heel with that. So I need your help below. Comment below what your favorite heel is, and I will try to knit that up or try to find it. Even if it's a paid for pattern, that's okay. Still give me a comment below, and bonus points if you give me a link to the pattern on Ravelry, or if there's a website for it on Etsy, whatever it may be. I would love to have a link of it. So some of the heels that I know I'm going to try is Kay Jones from Bakery Bears. I'm going to try her umbrella heel and toe. I want to do that one. I want to try to do a Flegel heel. I want to try to do a strong heel. And I am going to do, for my socks that I'm working on for these, I have really loved the look of the eye of the partridge heel. So that is one that I'm going to do for this one. And then even though it scares me, I'm going to put my scare and my comfort to the side, wish me luck, and try to do an afterthought heel. It scares the bejeebies out of me to cut my knitting. Everybody says it's okay though, so I'm going to trust it, and I am going to try to do it one time. Who knows? Maybe I'll love it, and it might become my favorite heel. I don't know. Time will tell. But as I go through these different heels, I will keep you in the loop on my podcast of the ones I like. And if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you that I didn't like it and why I didn't like it. And just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't like it. So I hope you might find some inspiration out of this if you're looking for some different heels. If this inspires you to try to knit up some different ones as you're knitting socks this year, please let me know. And tell me about it as you do it. Tell me what your likes and dislikes were of those. So that is all of the finished objects that I have that I've worked on, and all of my WIPs I've worked on. I'm still working on the Stephen West Musical. I have not touched it though this week, and I'm still working on the Samantha Guerin Salty Air Tea that I haven't touched at all in the last week or two. So those are going to be my focuses, as well as the Sophie shawl, and that will probably be my focus. And then to finish my Have Yourself a Little Martian Christmas socks, because I want to see the eye of Partridge Hill. So some of the other things that I recently got, I have to show. I want to give a shout out real quick to my sister. My sister, every Christmas, I look forward to getting gifts from my sister, because she always hand makes things for me. And what better gift that you can get than to get a handmade item. So this is a beautiful, I don't even know how she did this. It's just beautiful. A beautiful ornament that she made for me. It has little angels on it, guys. Can you see those? Oh my gosh. They're adorable. I love this little snowflake with the angels on it. So thank you to my sister. She nailed it again, as she always does with her crafts that she made. So thanks for letting me give her a shout out. And yeah, this is just beautiful. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is I had wanted to get a journal. I had been keeping track of everything in a little notebook, and it was just a spiral bound notebook. Nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to change it up this year, do something a little fancy. And I wanted to get a journal that would have some illustrations in it, something that would just be really fun and pretty. So this is what I got off of Amazon. And it is, I'll put that up so you can see the name of it. And then I'll put it below too as well if you guys are interested. But here is some of the pages of this. I mean, there's just beautiful illustrations, as you can see. Let's see if I can get it to come up here where you guys can see it better. Sorry. I mean, look, so that all the pages are like this. They all have, I mean, look how pretty those illustrations are. Just beautiful. So I ended up getting this one, and I decided, because I didn't like the size of it, I think I'm going to keep this for a specific project, and maybe my quilting or something like that. And then I ended up getting another journal. And I thought, you know, this one being 5 by 7 or 8 wasn't big enough for me. So I got 8.5 by 11. Or 8.5 by, yeah, 8.5 by 11, guys. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's huge, but I love it. It is so pretty. It's leather, and it says keep growing, which I love. And it has the tree of life and the butterflies. And I love the color. They have multiple colors. I couldn't decide if I wanted a purple, a pink, a green. I liked every color that they had. I couldn't decide. And this is the one I finally just said, fine, I'm going with this teal blue because it's beautiful and I love it. There's no illustrations in it. It's just your basic college rule thing, which is perfect. It's okay. And I'm going to keep check. For each page, I'm just going to donate a page to each project that I'm doing. So I got my 2026 Beanie in there, my Salty Day, and then my West Mystery, which I brought from 2024. And then I did a page for each project from there on out that I'm keep knitting and working on. I'm going to keep track of it that way. So if you want a really cool way to track your knitting, I highly recommend get some kind of journaling. I'm not going to tell you how to journal because that's the beauty of it. Your journal is your creativity, and it's just another source to give some creativity to something that you might not normally do. So I won't tell you how to do it. There's plenty of other YouTubers out there who have excellent videos out there on how they do their knitting journals, and I have gotten quite a bit of inspiration. In fact, one of the ones I was watching earlier today, and I hope I say her name right, is Crochet Knits, and she showed on her first page where she just did, which is not going to show you guys, but on her first page she wrote 2026 over here, or 2025, because she was showing what she did in 2025, and she wrote literally 1, 2, 3, 4, and had all of her projects listed down, and she had the page number on what she had in their journal so she could go to it quickly. I love that idea, so thank you. I am stealing that idea. I'm totally going to use it, so I'm probably going to end up ripping out these first few pages and then rewriting them just so I can have those in the front of my journal because I love that idea. So thank you for that. Huge shout out to her because that was a great idea. And then my very last thing that I want to talk to you about is an acquisition that I got. I got gifted. Are you guys ready? I gotta build some drama. Drama, it's coming. This may be one of my favorite gifts ever. yeah, what can I say? The Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad. I am officially a proud member of the 2026 Farmer Daughters Sock Squad, which is an exploration of color. I cannot wait. If you don't want to see the inside of this book, look away because I'm going to show you guys. But it gives you some inspiration every single month. She's not showing what her colors are going to be, but just what's inspiring them. So you're still going to be surprised when you get them. If you have not seen the January Farmer's Daughters Sock Squad Club, then look away because I'm going to show it because it's beautiful. Look at that. Is that not? That's gorgeous. It is called, this is called the, it's the January 2026 Socks Club. Highwood Sock. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, 100 grams, of course. And then there's a mini that comes with it as well, which is just a little 80-yard, 20-gram mini. And this colorway is called Deep Water. I have a plan for this one. If you guys follow Summer Lee, if you're doing her her volume 2 color, her volume 2 cuff club for her December one, she did some color work. I think this is going to be perfect. I don't know if I'm going to use this contrast with it because I don't know if it'll contrast enough. I might do some white, very stark white, and I think it's going to be so pretty. So that's my thought on this one. However, I will tell you, this yarn, it's very affordable. So if you're somebody that's on the fence and you're not sure if you want to get into a monthly subscription, you're basically getting this mini, a 20-gram mini for free. You don't have to use it with your sock. There's no rule. You don't even have to make socks with these. You can make whatever you want. It's just called a Sock Squad Club. And the basic of this is she's going to do quarterly. She does 3 different bases that you get each quarter. So this one was the Highwood sock, and I'll let you know what the next one is. And if you want to know what these look like each month, tell me below in the comments, and I'll keep posting stuff like this because I really do enjoy this. So again, the Farmer's Daughter Fibers Sock Squad 2026. She has a, I just lost it, Discord channel, I believe. It's exclusive for this, and I'm not sure if there's anything on Ravelry or not. Haven't checked it out yet, but I'm getting ready to because I have seen so many podcasters that are doing this year. I'm really excited to be part of this. So that is all that I have to show you today. I am excited that you joined me today. And again, as I said at the beginning, if you liked any part of this or you liked my episode, then give me a like below because it does really make me smile. And I love those likes. Give me a comment. Tell me what you're working on, what you're knitting, what your favorite project is, or just anything you would like me to know about you. I love comments. I love reading them, and I try to reply back to them as quickly as I can when I see that you guys are commenting, because you guys really, truly inspire me every day to just want to keep knitting and to keep working on everything. And with that said, though, I am going to knit at my pace. Not that anybody's been rude to me, because nobody has. But I just want to say that to everyone. And I don't want anyone to ever feel like they have to be a quick knitter, because if it takes you 3 months to knit 1 pair of socks, or even 5 months, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Knit at your pace, because knitting is supposed to be something that is fun, not something that's pressure. So if you feel stressed, then you knit at your pace. I sometimes push myself because I like to give myself unrealistic goals that I'll never meet and push myself to get stuff done. For instance, getting 3 pairs of socks done in 1 week. I don't know what I was thinking, but I will definitely have 2 pairs done because I will get those others done today with the toe decrease that needs to be done, so that I'll definitely get done. Again, thank you for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from you, and peace to you all the time. I hope your knitting brings you joy. Hope it brings you love. Your quilting, your sewing, your crochet, any crafty project that you're doing, I hope you're finding peace and love in it. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.